Hi everyone, welcome to our masterclass today on Mindvalley on how to channel this energy that flows within all of us, an energy that for almost 4,500 years, the ancient Chinese have called Qi. We're going to learn how to channel this Qi into untapped reservoirs of energy, of vitality, of health. Now, I'm excited to bring you this masterclass because I started exploring Qigong way back in 2014 when I discovered this man by the name of Holden. And now it's 7 years later, and Lee and I have come together again to create an updated version of our hit 2015 Mindvalley program, Modern Qigong. And what you're going to learn in this masterclass is why Qi is so important as a tool in daily life. If you want to live longer, if you want to be able to deal with anxiousness, overwhelmed with the stresses of the world around you, and if you want to live a life that is remarkably easy. So first, when you think about Qi, what comes to mind? Is it Bruce Lee? Bruce Lee was known for his famous 1-inch punch. He could place his hand 1 inch away from an opponent, and in a single burst in 1 inch, send that person flying backwards. He claimed it was the use of the Qi energy in his body. But the question is Qi real? Or is Qi simply something that we see in movies? Turns out it's extremely real. I want to point you to this remarkable article by the National Institute of Health. So in this study, they analyzed 2 of the most prolific practices that teach one how to generate Qi. And these 2 practices were Tai Chi and Qigong. Notice the word Qi in both of them. Both these practices are very similar. We won't go into the differences today, but know that today we'll be talking about Qigong. Okay, so they studied a multitude of different people who have practiced Tai Chi and Qigong, and this is what they found. The summary of the study is this. This review has identified numerous outcomes with varying levels of evidence for the efficacy of Qigong and Tai Chi, including A. Bone health, cardiopulmonary fitness and related biomarkers, physical functions, fall prevention and balance, general quality of life and patient-reported outcomes, immunity, and psychological factors such as anxiety, depression, and self-efficacy. So let's break that down. What they found is that if you're practicing Qigong, your bone density is better. Your heart health is better. That's what they mean by cardiopulmonary fitness. According to CBS News, the #1 cause of accidental death for Americans 70 and over is falling down. Qigong gives you back the ability to use your body in balance and thus fall prevention. One of the most interesting things about this study is that people who practice Qigong and Tai Chi saw a massive improvement in their quality of life. I'm going to share my theory why later. And finally, they saw a reduction of anxiety and depression and an increase in self-efficacy. In other words, the ability to just get things done. Now, this is what I found most interesting thing about Qigong. You see, I study with many great spiritual teachers, and I remember speaking to a famous master who had studied in China with monks in China, and he's now a leading teacher of Chinese medicine and utilizing energy such as Qi. And I asked him, what exactly is being really spiritual like? Like, for example, because this guy had spent like 10 years in the mountaintops with monks, and I asked him, well, what does that give you? And he says, you know what it gives me, Vision? Life is really easy. Life flows. There is no struggle. There is no stress. There is no overwhelm. Life simply flows. And I found that interesting because Qi isn't just a flow of energy through your body. Qigong is the art of getting you to flow through life. Life becomes easy. This is what they meant in that scientific studies when they said self-efficacy goes up, quality of life goes up. I noticed when I started practicing Qigong, there were some interesting things I couldn't explain. #1, I was able to deal with stress, with anxiety. I was able to deal with overwhelm in a much easier way. I would notice synchronicities, coincidences flowing in my life, exactly like what this Chinese master had said. And so this is why I believe Qigong is such a powerful practice. To this day, every morning when I wake up, I meditate and then I practice Qigong. Can you guess how long it takes me? I actually spend less than 5 minutes practicing Qigong. But what I found is that in months where I'm regularly doing my simple 5 minutes of Qigong, my life seems to be easier and so much more radiant and beautiful. And this is why I wanted to bring on Lee Holden in this masterclass to introduce you to the power, the beauty, the elegance of Qigong. So in 2014, I traveled to Santa Cruz, California to visit Lee Holden, to check him out as a teacher, to get to know the man. And I loved the person I got to know. And so in 2015, we produced our first Qigong program on Mindvalley, Modern Qigong. And Modern Qigong was such a hit. As Lee's career was blowing up, Lee got an offer from Weight Watchers to become the Qigong instructor on Weight Watchers. If PBS wasn't enough, he was now the Qigong instructor on Weight Watchers. And Weight Watchers was a much bigger platform than Mindvalley back then. And now, many years elapsed, Lee became an even bigger star. And now that Lee has finished his tenure at Weight Watchers, he is back on Mindvalley, and we are excited to bring you the newest version of Modern Qigong. So this is actually version 2 of the program. It's being reshot, refilmed, improved after 6 years. And I want to share with you some of the remarkable things that people said about Lee and his work, including many people on the Mindvalley platform who experienced the early version of Modern Qigong. And keep in mind, all of these great case studies came just from the first version. Imagine what version 2 is going to be doing to you. So I know that Lee is going to be showing up and giving you his best in this free masterclass to learn everything you can about Qigong. Some of you are going to want to go deeper and enroll in Modern Qigong. But even if you're just here for this masterclass, congratulations, you're going to learn some things which are going to change the quality of your life permanently. But I want you to pay attention. So turn off your Facebook, commit to spending the next hour with this, turn off WhatsApp or whatever other distraction you might have, and place your hand on your chest and repeat after me. I commit to playing all in. I commit to learning how to use the energy of my Qi. I commit to learning how to apply this energy to make myself healthier, to increase my vitality, and to make life easier for me. So with that, let's get started. So now give a big, warm welcome to Lee Holden. Lee, welcome to Mindvalley.
Vishen, so good to be back. I love what you said. This is what it's all about. Qigong, effortless flow.
So Lee, let's get to your story, because your story of how you got into Qigong is remarkable. I'd love for you to share that with our audience.
You know, I got started with Qigong with an injury, through pain. And, you know, that's sometimes what happens. Through adversity, something beautiful happens. And, you know, this injury was a catalyst for me to start a whole new career that I didn't even know about. I was playing competitive soccer at UC Berkeley. It was my second game where I was starting, so I was very excited. Now, somebody came up and took out my legs. I landed on my tailbone. I put my back into spasm. I slipped a disc. I was devastated. You know, I woke up the next morning. I'll never forget this. I stepped out of bed just hoping and praying that I'd be okay. And as soon as my foot hit the ground, I fell over. I couldn't even put weight on my leg. So I went to the team doctors. They gave me shots. I took painkillers. And about 3 weeks later, I was still in just as much pain as that first day. And the painkillers gave me a stomachache. Now, what I remembered from my childhood is I studied martial arts as a kid. And this master, he broke a huge stack of bricks and just smashed them, this martial arts master. And I was like, you know, as a 10-year-old, I was like, I want to do that. And he grabbed me by the gi and he said, that is the power of Qi. And I said, okay, power of Qi. And he said, now Qi is not for hurting people. It's for healing. And that just stuck with me. It was like a seed that was planted that blossomed 10 years later. I said, I want to go see that guy. I want to see about this healing power. He put some needles in my back. He gave me some acupuncture. He showed me these crazy exercises, Qigong. And in one treatment, I was about 70% better. In 3 treatments, I was 90 to 95% better. I was back playing soccer. The team doctors were dumbfounded. And my teammates were like, oh, you're back. And before every game, I was showing my teammates Qigong exercises, these weird exercises, and I was playing again. I was so happy. But this was the catalyst that changed my whole life. This injury, the worst thing that ever happened to me, ended up being the best thing, because from that moment on, I was addicted to Qi. I just wanted to do more and more Qigong. In fact, I almost dropped out of university. My dad's like, I don't think you should drop out of college just for this Qi stuff. And I said, okay. So I finished up. As soon as I finished up, I got a job. I got this incredible job where I went to Asia. I was the ghostwriter for a famous Qigong master in Thailand. I went to his retreat center. In fact, I made 12 trips to Asia in 3 years. And every time I'd go to Thailand to write books for Montauk Chia, I would stop in China and study with the masters in the park. I started going to Japan and learning Qi. It wasn't called Qigong, it's called Qigong. Same thing, Qigong. And I wanted to learn and glean and distill as much information as I could, because when I got home, I wanted to explain this esoteric practice, this Qigong, to my friends, my family, the people in Silicon Valley, professional athletes. I wanted to tell them how they could use this amazing practice, just like I did, to heal their bodies, to live stress-free, to transform stress into vitality, to live their best lives. And I felt like Qigong had a gift to give. And that became my passion. That became what I wanted to do with my life. And so here I am.
Lee, what was it that that put that first seed of passion for Qigong? Because you became so into it. Now, I've used it, and it's transformed my life. And I do it every morning. I did it this morning again before I started this masterclass, because I know it's going to create this energy in my life that's going to make everything easier. But when you started doing Qigong, what was that thing that shifted you so deeply that made this your life obsession?
It was the Qi, really. I felt energy in my hands, and this energy in my hands, I was blown away at that. I could feel so much power, not only in my hands, but then it started to move in my body. Then it started to move through my spine. Then it started to light up my brain, and I felt supercharged. I don't know how to explain it. I just felt this power from the inside out. I didn't have this word at the time, but I felt like I could drop into flow state. In fact, some of my friends in college, I would say, hey, let's go do Qigong before going to a party. Instead of drinking alcohol, doing drugs like a lot of other people, we'd go to somebody's room and we'd start doing Qigong. We were like the weirdos in the house doing these strange practices. And what I loved about it is that it got me high. It got me into flow state, got me in the zone. And I felt like I was on top of the world. I didn't feel like anything would go wrong. I felt when I did my practice, I felt like I was in that flow where I had a very busy soccer career, social life. I was at UC Berkeley, so the university curriculum was really hard. And all of a sudden, everything just worked out seamlessly. And that's what I loved about it.
Lee, you know what? When you said about feeling energy, you reminded me of something. In 2013, as we were just getting to know each other, I put you on stage at Mindvalley's A-Fest festival. I believe it was in Mexico. You dazzled the audience, right? You were teaching Qigong on stage. But here's what I remember, Lee. I remember that evening, as we were having a party, as all of our Mindvalley members were coming together and just connecting and having a good time, I remember seeing a crowd of people around you. What you were doing is you were basically doing something where you would touch people's hand and they would feel a jolt of electricity. Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was a great party. I remember that. There was a big group of people around me and they wanted me to show them Qi tricks. And so I was sending energy and zapping people. And we were even doing some Tai Chi push hands to some of those big weightlifters and football players. And I was pushing them with Qi and knocking them over. And they were like, how did you do that? And this is just, really the internal martial arts of Tai Chi. You use water. Now, water is a very powerful element. So I was doing energy work and we just had a great time.
What were you doing with water?
Well, Qigong is a water practice. They call it an internal martial arts. So imagine when you're in a wave in the ocean, how powerful that is. So that's the way in which Qigong is used as a martial art, because water is the most powerful element. It's called effortless power. And when you use it to push somebody in martial arts, it's a Tai Chi form. And I don't know if you know this, but Tai Chi is a form of Qigong. So there was Qigong a long time ago, and then Tai Chi emerged as this martial style. So I was doing this water-like push, and you just get knocked over, and you're like, how the heck did he do that? And these big guys were standing there. And this is what I learned in martial arts with Tai Chi practice.
So if anything, other than improving your health and making life easier, Qigong makes you the damn life of a party.
That's right. The life of the party. Get your Qi on.
So back to you, our person who's watching this masterclass. Sorry, Lee and I have known each other for so long, so we can't help but share some of our past memories. But you can see what a wonderful guy he is and what a great teacher he is. So I want you now, after everything you've heard, to open up your journal or a piece of paper and write down your big why. Why are you excited about learning Qigong? Now, here are a couple of things, and it doesn't have to be one why. There could be two or three. One is to be the life of the party, Lee.
Of course. Number one.
But to entertain people by zapping them with electricity shots. But no, a bigger why might be because I want life to flow. I want to live life with ease, like a true spiritual master, where the right opportunities, the right things come to me with ease. Another one might be vitality. It might be energy. People who practice Qigong, this has been studied by science, have greater vitality and energy. Lee, I notice everyone who talks about Qigong uses this word vitality. And I know it's because it's the closest to the Chinese translation of the Chinese word that means the same thing. But just for people who are wondering, can you define vitality, the vitality that comes with Qigong?
Qi really means aliveness. There's something that keeps you alive. Like somebody came up to me, I don't believe in Qi. And I said, well, do you believe you're alive? And he was like, well, yeah, of course. And I said, well, what do you want to call it? And we don't really have a word in English or in Western culture. The Chinese came up with the word Qi, but most cultures have this word of aliveness. And aliveness is a mysterious force. We don't know why our hearts are beating, how we see pictures in the mind. Most things within you are mysterious. And so we gave it this word, Qi. That means your aliveness. And if you are more alive, you have more vitality, more energy. And we all want more energy. And so that's what Qi really means.
Okay, so there's life of the party, there is health, there is vitality, there is ease. Which one is your why? Now, as you're writing it down, I want to introduce you to another why, which is very common in people who practice Qigong. And that is, life becomes less overwhelming. It seems that, have you ever seen an Aikido master? An Aikido master can take people who are attacking him from all different directions and he can move them and throw them over. If you've ever seen a Steven Seagal movie, he's using Aikido. Aikido is also based on Qi, by the way. But the interesting thing is when you practice Qigong, you're doing that energetically with everything life throws at you. You can handle multiple projects, multiple deadlines, multiple businesses, the multitude of career, personal life, health, family issues. You're able to juggle everything in an elegant way. You find that overwhelm can no longer touch you. And that is one of the first benefits I noticed when I started exploring this beautiful art. So what is your why? Write it down.
Vishen, you know what's so interesting? In Japan, ki means Qi. So you're working with Qi in Aikido. So this is just the Japanese translation of Aikido. And Aikido, based on Qi principles, is like Tai Chi. And so when you see people getting thrown around, it's like that wave in the ocean. It's the water principle. And here's what people need to know. They need to know that we're not having martial arts confrontation anymore. We're having life confrontations. And so you become the master of life's confrontation by redirecting and guiding the energy in the way you want it to go. Like I have 4 kids, I have teenagers, I have an infant, I have a couple of businesses, and I need this practice so that I can stay in the flow and be successful at what I do.
Amazing. I love that. By the way, 4 kids right now. And how old is your youngest kid?
My youngest is 2 months, and I have twin 13-year-olds. So I have teenagers and an infant.
And your youngest kid is 2 months. And how old are you, Lee?
I'm 52.
Okay, so firstly, congratulations, right? You have so much vitality. You just became a dad again at 52. Congratulations. And that's another reason why I think Qigong is really powerful. It keeps you young. Like I'm a 45-year-old male, And many men, we lose our fertility. We start seeing a fertility drop as we get older. And practices like Qigong help keep us young, and in your case, help you maintain your ability to procreate.
That's it. Hey, your libido and your energy just continues to stay up. And hey, that's a good thing. You just have that life force energy pumping through you. And I love it.
So now let's go deeper, okay? First thing that it's important for you guys to understand are a couple of myths about Qigong. And these myths, if we don't break them right now, might prevent you from truly going deeper in this practice. Lee, the first myth is this: Qigong is only for old people. I'm young. Why do I need this? How would you address that?
It's for everybody, really. I mean, Qigong is about vitality. It's about transforming stress into energy. I mean, if you want in your life less stress and more energy, it's for you. It's a very simple practice. As Vishen was saying, you do 5 minutes and you have less stress so that you're more focused, you're clearer, and it's about more energy. And we all want more energy. It's not just for old people in the park to wake up with the birds singing. That's wonderful, because these people that do that, they live a more youthful life. And you know, when you move your body in the right way and breathe and circulate energy, you bring your best self into whatever you're doing. Your best self sometimes is only about 15 minutes away. So if you're stressed out, fatigued, tired, contracted, you're not productive. And this is what we want to do. We want to give you access to your best self, and that's energy. And we don't want it to take a long time. We want it to be applicable. We want it to be accessible. And that's what I've designed over 30 years of training. I want it to be a practical practice for you to bring out that best energy.
Right. So it's not just for old people, but if you do this well, wasn't it Dr. Oz who said this about your work? If you want to live to be 100, do Qigong.
Yes, absolutely. If you want to live to be 100, do Qigong, but do it through your whole life. Don't wait till you're 99. You know, get it in early.
Now, the other reason that some people hesitate with Qigong is this, and this is why for a while I resisted it. And that is, look, I'm so busy already, and I already have difficulty keeping up with all my other exercise routines, the yoga class I signed up for, gym, weight training. Why would I add Qigong to the mix? Lee?
You know, Qigong is synergistic with just about any other form of fitness. I mean, when you're weight training, you need rest days. And on rest days, you don't want to just sit and be a couch potato. You want to integrate your exercise into your body. And Qigong assimilates and helps you assimilate, digest that weight training so that your body stays fit. Plus, when you do Qigong, you don't get injured. I mean, I love mountain biking. I love stand-up paddleboarding. I'm a surfer, a volleyball player. I love all those activities. And what allows me to do it in my 50s is my Qigong practice. And it allows me to do it without getting injured or hurt, because I know how to listen to my body. And when you have vitality circulating, it prevents injuries.
And one of the best things about this is there are tens of thousands of you who are enrolled in Mindvalley's 10X program, which is one of the world's most efficient weight training programs for muscle building. And when you're doing 10X, you're not going to the gym every day. You're going to the gym sometimes twice a week or just once a week. Well, what do you do for the other 3 to 6 days, right? That's where you can apply Qigong. It keeps your muscles rested so they can rebuild, but you're also getting a form of exercise. Now, there's also a lot of you who might be on, a lot of you Mindvalley members who might be using Mindvalley's yoga channel, Zenword. And so Qigong is a really, really, really good complement to yoga. You can do yoga one day, Qigong another day, and basically, if you love yoga, you are going to love Qigong. But by having a mix of both, if you have the time for it, what you get is 2 really beautiful exercises, both with its origins in the East, one from China, one from India, that really help nurture and heal various parts of your being. So I want you to know that if you are having some frustration with your health, that you are having some stresses in life, some overwhelm, there is a simple practice that you can start applying in your life in 5 to 20 minutes a day that can transform your entire being. And that practice is Qigong. There's a reason it's been around for 4,500 years at this point. Lee, by the way, you have a beautiful way of explaining Qigong and yoga together. Would you mind?
Yeah, I mean, these are 2 practices. Like you said, Vishen, yoga comes from India. Qigong from China, they're both working on the life force energy. Prana in yoga, Qi in China. Now in yoga, you're doing stretches. You're stretching your body mainly, and especially in modern styles of yoga, stretching with breathing. Now you are moving your prana or your energy. And we have those kinds of exercises in Qigong as well, but usually there's a little bit more flow to the stretch. But the difference in Qigong, you move your body like water, and water is the most flexible of the elements. You move in flow. And here's the difference. When you're moving in flow, you allow the energy to move you. You relax and let something else take over. That's the meaning of flow. And that's what I love about Qigong. It really sets it apart from any other form of movement practice and exercise. I relax and I let effortless power move through me. And so it goes really well with yoga because when I'm initiating my stretches, I'm moving my energy. And then at the end, after you've done your yoga practice, if you incorporate some flow, it is just such a beautiful practice.
Beautiful. Thank you for explaining that. Now, as we go into the training, I want you to talk about the concept of being Qi fit.
You know, Qi fit, this is a great question. And I started saying, we got to be Qi fit. You don't want to just be fit in your body, strong muscles, good cardio. We want to be Qi fit, meaning the fitness of your energy and your whole system is working really well. And this means that your mind, your emotions, and your body are fit. Because if we're just fit in our bodies, but we're all messy in our emotions and we have a lot of stress, this wreaks havoc on our physical health. And Qigong was called the art of preventing disease and prolonging life. And when you prevent disease, that means that you're clearing stress out of your system. Mental stress, physical stress and tension, and emotional stress. And then when that energy circulates, you are Qi fit.
Amazing. I love that definition. Being Qi fit should be a goal for all of us. Now, Lee, let's get started with our 3-part training. So here's what we're going to be covering. This 3-part training is going to first look at part 1, which is activating your energy. Then we're going to go to part 2, which is feeling your healing power. And then part 3, which is discovering your inner flow. Lee?
All right, let's activate the healing power of energy within us. It's best done if you could stand up. So we're going to move our chairs and stand up. If you can't move and you need to sit down, that is just fine too. You can do these exercises seated because Qigong meets you wherever you are in life. All right, so if you can stand up, let's do so. Vishen, are you ready to get your Qi on?
I'm all good.
Let's get our Qi on. First thing we're going to do, I want you to discover what Qi is, because I can talk to you about Qi all day long, but if you don't feel it yourself, we don't really know it. So we're going to feel our Qi. This is called activate, because Qi can get dormant. If we think about it like water, it can settle in and then get dormant. So we want to activate it before we circulate it and start to really sense the power of the energy inside of us. So we're going to do something called Qi massage. We're going to activate some key pressure points that allows us to feel our internal energy. We're going to tap on the chest, just right here, up and down on your chest. Now, as you tap on these pressure points, these are the points that we hold emotional stress. I don't know about you, but whenever you feel anxious, nervous, emotionally stressed, often the chest will get tight. So let's free up that energy. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Vishen, you feel a little bit like Tarzan here? This is the Tarzan Qi. All right, we're tapping on some key pressure points to transform stress into vitality. Now, these meridian lines, meridian means energy pathway, they go down the arm. So I want you to open the hand and slap down the inside of your arm all the way to the hand. And then you come up the outside and you knock right here on the neck and shoulders to clear up a little energy there. Try it one more time. Down the inside and up the outside. And come back to the chest here, and then we're gonna do the other side. So open the hand, slap down the inside. And it'll only take about 2 minutes to really feel your internal energy. A nice, good slap on the meridians wakes up the energy. Now come back to the chest. I'm gonna do one more deep breath. Inhale and exhale. just soften and relax. Let's feel what that does and what that did. Close your eyes, bring your hands down to your sides, and just check in. See if you can feel a little bit of qi circulating from the chest down to your fingertips. These are the meridian lines. Meridians are like rivers of light, of energy, of this qi life force. Breathe into that. See if you can feel it. Now, these meridians, they start in the abdomen and chest, and they go through the meridians of the arms. They end at the fingertips. So this one will really ignite your internal energy. So let's ignite internal energy. Like you're starting a fire, I want you to take your fingernails and just rub them back and forth. The first knuckle and the fingernails. And we're gonna do this for just about 30 seconds. And these points are said to give you mental clarity. And who couldn't use a little mental clarity in their life? Now, inhale through the nose and exhale, just almost like you're blowing on a fire. We're igniting our energy, so inhale. We'll do it one more time, that's it. Deep breath. Okay, now relax. I want you to feel your energy in your hands. See if you can feel that buzzing, electricity. This is bioelectricity, the power of qi. Is it lit up? Can you feel your hands tingling and buzzing? This is your energy. And when energy is ignited and activated, it's healthy for everything inside of you. Another one, bend your knees. This is a great one if you've been sitting on your desk for a long time or just sitting in general. We in the Western world, we sit for like 8 hours a day or more on average. The low back gets stagnant energy. So let's energize by doing an exercise called knocking on the door of life. You just relax, you're standing and you turn from your hips and your waist. And you're gonna let the arms knock across the lower abdomen and across the lower back. Now the door of life is a pressure point. It's directly behind the navel on the spine. It's called Ming Men, which means life gate. And it's for vitality, it's for energy. So we're knocking across that. But not only that, we're also knocking across the abdomen, the rib cage, the whole lower back area, and all these points are good for energy circulation. Now take a deep breath and just move the joints in your spine. You can even look over the shoulder to mobilize the whole entire spine. Take a deep breath, turn from your hips and your waist. And now come up to the chest, right here with the front hand, right below your collarbone, and knock on these lung points. These are also good for energy. These points right here are good for your immune system. And I think all of us in the modern world could use a little immune boost. And so you knock on that to wake up the body's energy. And right here, this knocking on the door of life is my morning cup of qi. It's as good as a cup of coffee. Can I say that? It's as good as a cup of coffee. It wakes your body's energy up. Now come back down, because right there where you're knocking is your kidneys and your adrenal glands. And that's what gets stimulated with a cup of coffee, those adrenal glands. And so you're giving yourself a natural boost of energy. Now slow it down, relax. Relax. Good. That is called activate your qi. In fact, in Qigong, they say, start your day with a lightning flash of vitality. And that's what we want to do. We want to wake up the energy because inside of our body is like lightning. This is that electricity that tingles and buzzes through the whole system. Activate. Notice how you feel. If you close your eyes, you can feel that energy inside of you. And the more you practice, the more energy you cultivate. Okay, did you guys feel your qi? Now, when we do this deeper in our modern Qigong program, this is just the beginning because we ignite energy and these meridians are all through the body. And the practice of Qigong, the gong, really means the skill. And we become skilled at working with our energy, igniting the energy so that you know when to use your energy. What am I going to do in the morning? What about in the afternoon when I get a sluggish slump in my workday? What about in the evening when I need to calm down and clear stress? We give you that skill set to delve deeper into the practice of Qigong so that you have all the resources you need to live your best life.
So Lee, in the Modern Qigong program, is this what people are doing for the entire month? Are they doing this every day for the entire month, or do you get more advanced?
In the Modern Qigong program, Vishen, we get more advanced. These are just the beginning steps of working with it. We'll start with these practices and then we'll just keep going, go deeper and deeper.
So let's go on to part 2 now, feeling your healing power.
You know, Qigong is really about self-healing. It comes from ancient medicine. It was actually the first medicine that used movement and exercise, well documented on how to use movement to heal your body. Now, let's face it, people, as they get older, they stop moving. We get more sedentary. And this is like water that settles. It gets stagnant. So in Qigong, they say, flowing water doesn't get stagnant, and the hinges of an active door don't get rusty. Now, the same is true with your body. So we keep the body moving, and that activates your healing power. So let's do this. We're gonna bend the knees. This is called spinal cord breathing. And you're gonna open your chest. You're just gonna look up and inhale, and you're gonna exhale and round your back and tuck your tailbone under. And inhale, you open the spine. And exhale, round your back. Does anybody ever get a tight back, neck and shoulders, tight low back? This is the modern ailment, tight neck and shoulders, tight low back. So this helps to pump the spinal cord fluid through the back so that your joints are well oiled. Now here you're gonna get an opening around the front of the spine into the ribs and an opening in the back of the spine. Now breathe into it. Inhale as you open and exhale as you round. And inhale and exhale. Deep breath and relax and relax. Now, one thing we do in the program is that we clear the lines of tension. They follow these meridian lines in the body, and those meridians can get tight and contracted. Does anybody ever feel tight in this area? That is called a line of tension. Let me show you how to stretch this area so you get more circulation of qi through the muscles and into your brain so you can think clearly. This is called spreading the feathers. Push your hands down and out to your sides. Spread the feathers. You're gonna spread your fingers. Now, if you push the palms down and tuck your chin back and in, you're gonna feel a nice stretch through those meridians. Now, watch this. Do this with me. Ear to the shoulder, nice and easy. And you're gonna feel this whole line stretch. Now, while your head is over to one side, I want you to roll the head slowly back and forth. So you get the back line, that's between your shoulder blade and your spine, and the front line that goes right into your jaw area. Now breathe into it. This is the secret. When you are stretching, you wanna breathe. Inhale through the nose, and then I want you to blow it out through the mouth as a way to release that emotional stress that gets held in those muscles. Stretch it out. Now go chin to the chest, down and across to the other side, ear to the shoulder. There's that line of tension. Press down and away, and then slowly roll. Go nice and slow. You don't have to force the stretch, because in Qigong we say no pain, no pain. You don't do something if it's painful. You do it to feel good. No pain, no pain. So here we breathe. Exhale out through the mouth. Clear tension, tightness out of the upper body. Think of your breath as that release valve. Where do you carry your stress? Release. Take a deep breath. Long exhale. And hands down and feel. Now just feel your hands. When you release the neck and shoulders, more qi flows into your hands. If you relax, close your eyes and feel your hands, you might feel them lit up with more energy and flow. Now, palms face up like this and just shake. Vishen, this is what I call Italian Qigong. The Italians do this all the time. You know, right here on your wrist, this is where your heart meridian is. So this is said to help clear emotional stress. And shaking is a very skillful way of activating and circulating your life force energy. So now bring your hands to the sides, just shake out. And in Qigong, what we do is we bounce into the heels and just pump the energy through the body, just bounce. Now, who do you see do this kind of exercise? Professional athletes before an event. They're always getting loose and shaking. Now, these kinds of things shouldn't just be for the professional athletes. They should be for all of us because they unleash the natural energy in the body and they transform stress into vitality. So do this. Inhale through the nose and a long sigh as you exhale. Just and really pump the wrists and the arms, pump the legs. We're just going to do this for about 30 seconds and you're going to feel a lot of activation in your energy. One more time, really pump the energy in the arms. Now slow it down.
I'm realizing,
Relax.
Lee, we got to take off our watches.
All right. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes just take off the jewelry, get loose, relax. Now pump the energy. Take a deep breath. Get loose. Activate your chi. Activate this healing power within you. One more deep breath. All right, now feel your body. Feel the healing power that you activated within you. You just did something very healthy for your whole system. Notice how your body feels. Can you feel buzzing and tingling, flowing down the arms to the hands? Take a deep breath and send that energy, that healing energy, down the legs to the feet. Breathe that healing energy into the abdomen, the spine, through the nervous system, all the way up to your brain. Sense your whole body all at once. You know, healing is the same root word as holy. It means complete. It means fullness. And here we made a complete, whole, integrated energy system where everything is working together. Mind, spirit, heart, and body all connected. All right, I hope you can feel that power that we all have within us. We have healing power. You are your best healer. Now, we've activated our energy. We've moved and circulated that energy. We've released the healing power within. Let's take it to the next step. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to hold a chi ball. Let's see if you can feel this. We're already developing some mastery of our energy system. Now, just go back and forth. And what I want you to realize that life is ruled by invisible forces. For example, the earth, we can feel the tangibleness, the solidity of the earth, but there's also a field of energy around the earth, which is gravity. That's invisible. Your body is the same way. You have an energy field around you that, when activated, can be very healing. Can you feel this when you go back and forth with your hands? There's some electromagnetic energy there.
Lee, I feel something in between my hands. Like when I bring my hands together like that, I feel like this energy.
Yeah, exactly. It almost feels like electrical, right?
I can't describe it, but it feels like there's something in between my hands, like mushy.
Yes, mushy. You know what that is? Vishen, that's chi. That's your yin and yang. Now, notice when you get sensitive, that is healing energy. When you get sensitive, when you pull the hands apart, it feels a little different than when you push the hands together.
Right. Are you guys feeling that? Those of you who are watching this, are you feeling that right now? And Lee, you would teach me a technique with the 2 fingers, right?
Okay, now we're getting advanced. Now take 2 fingers. This is called sword fingers. Now you make a little circle in your palm and see if you can feel the projection of chi into your hands. This is what the master healers do. They will do different hand positions to feel the energy differently. Now, what's so important is what we did earlier. You need to activate your chi to feel this. And you could even do it along your arm.
Wow. It's so tangible.
You're not touching your body, but it feels like you are, right?
Yeah, so again, I just want to make sure people are doing it right. Okay, 2 fingers like this. And as I'm doing this, even with my eyes closed, I'm not touching my other hand, but I can feel something on my other hand.
Yes.
Let me see if it works the other way.
It works the other way too. Now, these other fingers are important. So your thumb touches the pinky finger and ring finger. That generates some energy, and then it sends it out more like a laser beam. So your pinky finger, ring finger touch, your first finger, middle finger extend, and then you turn like this, and that'll give you a little bit more power as you circle.
And anyone can do this. Anyone can do this, right? So all of us have this energy within us.
Yes. Okay, so now let's get practical. What we can do with this, Vishen, you first power up your energy. You activate it, circulate it. Now the next step, and it's important, these steps are important because if you just start in your morning like this without doing those activations, you don't feel it as much. Now, healing to your body. Where do you have aches and pains? Is it in your neck and shoulders? Here's what I want you to do. I don't want you to touch. I want you to hold the hands 1 inch away from that part. It's fine to touch. Like if you had low back pain, you can hold it there to touch. But we say in Qigong, it's a little more powerful to hold it in the energy field. So if it's your throat, if it's your neck, just hold your hands there, close your eyes and feel the healing energy go to that part of your body. Your body has tremendous healing power when you wake it up.
I'm trying to heal an elbow injury. And the weird thing is, I feel, okay, so I want to describe what I'm feeling. And maybe some of you who are watching this are feeling the same thing. Firstly, it's weird. I feel like my hands are pulsing. Like, does the energy magnify when you're using it with the intention to heal? In other words, does the intention to heal suddenly make the energy flow faster?
Yes, because your mind, energy, and body are all connected. So when you have that intention, I'm gonna heal this part, your intelligence system starts to go there and put energy there. We all know in medicine, Western medicine, the mind heals the body. We call it placebo. But here, what we're using is we're becoming skilled at working with placebo, meaning your mind over matter. And the over means energy. What does that feel like, Vishen?
My palms are really, really pulsing. But here's what I find interesting. I was expecting to feel a warmth energy. I feel a cold energy. Does that mean anything?
The cold energy is the energy in the elbow. Often energy where it's injured becomes cold or stuck. And when you start to activate it, it starts to come out. And you might feel cold. It might feel prickly. It might feel like you described it, weird. It might just feel weird.
I love getting weird with you guys. Now, what do I do with this? So how long, how many times a day would I place my hand on a part of my body that needs healing?
And this depends on how injured it is. Like if you're working with neck tension or if you're working with cancer, it's a little bit different. And so these are the skills that we're starting to cultivate. I would say do it a couple times a day, and it only takes, 5 minutes. Activate your energy, get it to circulate, put it on there.
How long would you keep your hands over an area that needs healing?
About a minute, about 1 minute.
Now, if it's hard for people to keep the hand hovering over an area, sometimes it's easy to just keep the hand on the body, touching the area. Is that okay?
Right, so it's a little bit like when you're like this, it's like a cell phone connection. And when you put your hand on it, it's like a landline. So one's more physical, one's more through the energy field.
Amazing. I'm blown away. I haven't felt this in a while. I remember training with you years ago, but I haven't done this particular technique in a while. Lee, could you take us through step 2 again, feeling your healing power, that entire protocol to activate it?
Okay, so we did spinal cord breathing. This helps to put your nervous system in the right space because it's hard to do when you're all stressed out. So when you breathe deep and you're moving your spine, you switch into relaxation mode, into the mode where your body's ready to heal. So spinal cord breathing. And then we did shaking. We did Italian Qigong. Remember that? We opened the energy to the hands because this is important because we're going to send our body's healing energy. Then we did a big shaking to make sure that energy is coherent through the system. We shook it out and then we held the Qi ball. Right? And then we could get fancy. We could put it on a part of our body. Now, when you do it again, you're going to feel it stronger. So the more Qigong you do, if you do it each and every day, like in this 30-day program, you're going to feel a lot more energy on day 20 than you did on day 1, on day 30 than you did on day 10. So that's how it works.
So Lee, I wanna attempt to repeat it for everyone who's watching so it can sink in. So the first part one, we'll go back to part one, is activating your energy. There's the Tarzan thing. Sorry, this is how you do it. Okay. So those of you who are watching, try to do it with me and try to guess what's gonna happen next, because this way you're training your mind. Let's see if we get it right. It's this, then it's this. Okay, 30 seconds, back and forth.
Yeah, don't forget to come back up the outside. So you go down the inside and up the outside.
Okay, then what was number 3?
Then we do the fingernails.
Yes, the fingernails. Okay, that was number 3. And then number 4 is knocking on the door of life. Okay, and then you go on to the chest. That's number 5. Okay, and that's your activating the energy phase. Okay, now you go to part 2, which is feeling your healing power. And that is yes.
Spinal cord breathing.
Okay, so this is part 2, spinal cord breathing. And then you do the Italian handshake.
Yes.
Then a lower handshake.
Then the athlete getting ready for the event.
Oh, yeah. The lower handshake. So you're bouncing at the same time you're doing the lower handshake. Okay? And then you're ready. You've activated that energy. Wow, I even feel it like right now as I'm demoing this. You activate the energy and then you put it on the part of your body that needs healing for just a minute a day. This is so freaking cool. You know, it reminds me, I was talking to a friend of mine about hands-on healing. And I remember she was saying, isn't it funny that throughout all cultures, whenever we see someone who's injured, we immediately go, are you okay? Are you okay? And she was suggesting that maybe that is a primitive response because the hand is how we heal.
Yes, right. And this is true. This is actually high-level medicine. We try to get so fancy, we think that the external is going to heal us, but it's really the mind, our consciousness, our life force energy that awakens the healing power. And when you put healing energy on somebody else, it's that connection and it's activating their healing energy. So you could do it to yourself, you could do it to somebody else.
And the cool part about this is part 1 wakes you up. Like, honestly, guys, we've been recording this. It's been a really long day. It is 8 p.m. where I'm at. And I've been working like 10 hours straight. But when I did part 1, all of a sudden, I felt like a jolt of energy. Like I feel so ready right now. And so that part 1 serves a big purpose in itself, activating the energy. Then we go to part 2, and that's when we apply our healing hands. Now, let's take us through part 3.
Let's go to part 3. Part 3 is really about effortless flow. And earlier I said, there's things that you do to move energy, like we can activate, we could do yoga, we could stretch. I'm initiating the activation. Now, here's where the magic happens in Qigong. If it's not already magical enough, Ishan, here's where the magic happens. It's effortless flow. Now, things in nature move effortlessly, and we can move effortless as well. And so we're training effortless ease in our practice so that we can live with effortless ease in our life. Let's try this. Now there's energy moving and circulating inside. You're gonna put your hands down, palms face down. We're gonna go slow to enter the flow. So remember that, slow to flow. Now we're gonna lift the hands up with a breath. Inhale and exhale. Now one reason we go slow is because there's so much energy around that we slow down the body and you slow down the breath so that you slow down the mind, and then all this energy reveals itself. If we're going too fast, we're gonna miss it. Slow down the body, slow down the breath, slow down the mind, and connect to the power and energy that's all around you. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to relax your shoulders. And then when you inhale, the arms are gonna float up all by themselves. And when you exhale, the arms float down all by themselves, like you're moving in water. This is called open the flow. Like you're moving in water, like the air becomes thicker, and you're moving through what is called the Sea of Qi. And the ancient Qigong master said, we're all like fish that don't know we're in a sea of energy. And if you slow down and wake up your mind, you'll start to see and feel, oh, right, there's energy all around. That you're moving this invisible life force energy. Do it a couple more times. Go slow. When you slow down, you become mindful. Slow down the body, slow down the breath, slow down the mind. Move with relaxation. Relax your shoulders. Feel as if the breath just lifts the arms up and down. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Now, what I want you to do is hold those hands, palms face together, and go back and forth, and you're going to feel the electromagnetic energy in the hands a little bit stronger. Let's do one more. This one's really fun. This one we do in the course. It's a little more advanced, but I love it. It's called Embrace the Tiger, Return to the Mountain. We'll do a few of these. Same idea, just push your hands apart. That's like clearing stress. And then you take the back of the hands towards each other, roll up, and push forward. And then you gather all your energy back to your center into that chi ball. Embrace the tiger, harness your power. So we go out, wave up through your spine. It's like your whole body's moving, and then you push forward, push away your limitations. And then return to the mountain is about returning to your authentic self, who you are. Embrace the tiger. This is about courage to be yourself. Roll up and push forward. Embrace the tiger. Return to the mountain. So all these flows have poetic names that help us set intention. An embodied intention. That's different than just setting the intention in your mind. You embody the intent so that you bring power and life to it. Embrace the tiger. So hands go out. And take a deep breath as you come up. And you push forward. And you circle around. Let's do it one more time. And then we'll notice how that feels. Return to the mountain. Gather all that energy into your hands. Bring it back. And now feel the chi ball in your hands. Go back and forth. Now, again, if you did these flows and then take that healing energy to wherever you wanted it on your body, elbow, neck, digestive system, emotional. If you're feeling like you want to do some emotional healing, you put it right at the center of your chest. And you feel the healing power activated. Wonderful. Hands down to your sides. Now take note. Just notice how you feel at the end of our simple Qigong practice. Breathe into that. And this is just the beginning, because you experience and feel Qi on deeper and deeper layers and levels as you practice. Like anything else, you train your energy, you train your Qi to follow your consciousness. And it becomes more and more activated. It flows stronger and better with more effortless ease as you train it.
Lee, this is so cool. So this third part, discover your inner flow, this comes after part 2, after we've applied the healing, right? And how long would we do discover your inner flow for?
We can do discover your inner flow anywhere from 3 minutes. Sometimes what happens is that you get into a timeless space and you just go. Sometimes it goes half hour. So few minutes to however long the flow takes you.
Right. And this reminds me of what I often see. I used to live in San Francisco, and San Francisco has a very prominent Chinatown. And as I'd be driving past Chinatown, I would see people doing this in the parks, right? Something like this, but I'd see them doing movements like that. So that is Qigong, and they'd be doing it for hours.
And it's a way to commune with nature. See, in modern life, we often get out of touch with our inner nature, with who we are authentically. We get out of touch with nature around us. And this pulls our energy out and depletes us. So we need a rebalance. It's not that we're going to disconnect and go to the mountains. We can rebalance and use this ancient practice for modern life to create that balance, to create that synergy so that we're more effective in what we do. And that's what these flows help us to do.
That's amazing. And of course, in the full Modern Qigong program, you go way, way, way deeper.
Yeah, exactly. And then like Embrace the Tiger, Return to the Mountain, these exercises have stories. They set intentions and they embody those intentions, and they'll weave them together in this 30-day course so that you learn not only just one set of flows, but different flows for different intentions. Is it an evening time? My intention is to clear stress of the day. Is it a morning time? My intention is to wake up with more energy. Do I feel like I need to connect to my purpose? So each day has a different intention that weaves together these embodied meditations.
Everyone, all of you who are on this class right now, I hope you learned some really valuable stuff. I know part 3 can be a little bit harder, right? But imagine just how your life could change if you could do part 1 and instantly activate your energy, and then part 2, feel that healing energy and apply it anywhere. Already that is incredible value to your life. Part 3 is just icing on the cake, but already just part 1 and part 2 is incredible value for your life, wouldn't you say? I mean, imagine being able to, for many of you, for the first time, you're feeling this unseen energy of your body and learning that you have the power to heal within yourself. And imagine how far you could take that. So those of you who want to go further, what I want to let you know that you can enroll in our new program with Lee Holden. It's called Modern Qigong. Look below and you will see that all the information on the program has appeared below the masterclass video. And as a special thank you for having you spend the last hour with us, we're also giving you a big discount. Now, I want you to understand one thing about our Mindvalley programs. You don't have to make up your mind right now. You can enroll in this program, test it out, and anytime in the next 15 days, with one click, cancel your purchase and get a full unconditional refund. All you have to do is click on your account page on the Mindvalley platform, click on the refund button, and that's it. You are never obligated to buy a program. You can test it out. You can see the video. You can even go through practically half the program because you can give yourself a refund in 15 days with one click. So you have absolutely nothing to worry about. All the information is on mindvalley.com/refund. But you don't just get one program, you get over 50 programs on Mindvalley instantly available for you. You can go through a new program every month or do 2 programs in a month and up-level yourself in 24 unique areas of life in the coming year. But that's not all. Membership also means that you get access to Mindvalley live events with so many special guests.
What's happening here?
You're on our private social network. You're in a network of fellow members, and these are such incredible individuals. And we have memberships now in every country in the world. So I want to tell you what you're going to be learning in this program because I want you to go deeper with us. Imagine just how far you could take this. Think back to your why. Was it because you wanted more vitality? You wanted greater health? You wanted life to be easy? You wanted to be able to do party tricks by making people feel energy? Either way, Qigong is a really beautiful tool that you can bring into your life. I've been doing it every day. I will wake up, I do my meditation, and then I practice Qigong. I only practice it for about 5 minutes, Lee. But, there was a time last year when I stopped practicing it. I just moved to a new house. And, when you move to a new location, a new apartment, sometimes your practices get disrupted. And I noticed that life seemed to be going rough, like things like just random crap was happening to me. And one day I was just thinking about my Qigong practice, and I realized, gosh, I haven't done that in several months. I started doing it again. And that month ended up being one of the best months of my career. We were just able to achieve and pull off certain things that were really big goals that in the past we had failed to hit. And so I've started to adopt a belief that when I am in alignment with my energy, life is in alignment with me.
I'm just saying that's when you notice the power of Qigong even more. Sometimes you stop and you're like, why are these little things agitating, irritating, and not going my way? And all of a sudden you get back into your practice because when you change, life changes around you. Unseen forces start to conspire with you instead of against you. And that's what I love about this practice. It's so applicable. And then all of a sudden we hit that magic zone and we're living in that flow. Beautiful. I love it, Vishen.
So we designed this program, whether you're new to Qigong, or you've been doing it for a while and you just want to up level a bit. This program is for you. Now, the program is designed in the following way. It's a 30-day program, so you can accomplish it over a month. And it's only 20 minutes a day. In today's world, we are all so busy. There's a whole multitude of things that you need to be thinking about. It's only 20 minutes a day, but this is where it gets really interesting. See, all Mindvalley programs follow a unique model called Quest. This means we design our programs to feel like an adventure, like a quest. Our programs are a cross between online learning and a computer game. Every day, you're going to log in on your app or Apple TV or your desktop or your tablet or your Google Android phone and receive a 20-minute lesson from Lee. So you're going to start on a particular day. So all of us will be starting together. We join it as a class. So you're starting on the same day as thousands of students. You're going to get a specific lesson from Lee every day for 20 minutes. And at the end of 30 days, if you were fascinated by that bit of energy you felt from your hands in just this masterclass, imagine where you're going to be in 30 days as we go really deep with you. And at the end of the 30 days, you will have specific Qigong exercises for different things, activating energy, dealing with overwhelm, with stress, healing. And many of you will start living life in a different way because you are now not just physical matter. You are literally a physical, dualistic being with your energy body that you probably ignored for decades is all of a sudden activated, and life will never be the same again. And it's only 20 minutes a day. Now, don't take my word for it. Go ahead and click enroll and try it out yourself. Remember, you can go 2 weeks into this program completely free. When you enroll today, you can explore the program. You can explore whatever chapters are available and open to you. And anytime in the next 15 days, click refund if for whatever reason you feel you can't keep up or this isn't for you. Now, here's why it's important to enroll today. This is the first time we are launching this program, and therefore this is going to be the biggest class. We launch this program once a year, and we call this a super class. This is when thousands of students join together. And Lee also comes on live to guide people in this class. If you join at any other time, you'll get the recordings, but you won't get Lee live. That's a special bonus for all of you who join during this particular launch period when we're introducing this program to the world. We won't be doing this again for 1 year, because we feature every program only once a year. And so this is your chance to get into the super class at a reduced price with Lee coming on live as a bonus. All the information is below. If you scroll down below, you'll actually see a day by day outline of what you'll be learning every day for the next 30 days. You will see the information on the guarantee, you will see the bonuses, and you will see an enroll button. Lee, before we close this, there are a couple of questions, frequently asked questions from prospective students I'd love to ask you.
Please do.
So the first question is this: how much time will this take a week?
Well, it's about 20 minutes a day, but you don't have to do every single day at 20 minutes. You can, and in this program, we have chi breaks, and I instruct you how to do 3 minutes a day. I mean, obviously, you're going to get better and better at your Qigong program if you invest in yourself. And here's what I think. You don't have time not to do Qigong because you are more efficient, you're more focused, you get more done. But you can invest like Vishen, 5 minutes a day. That is less time than hitting a snooze button on your clock. So you get your chi up in less time than a snooze button, and it pays dividends. So be more efficient, be more energized, have less stress, focus your mind. And we show you all kinds of different ways to do this from your desk as you wake up in the morning. We show you some routines so how you could sleep better. And we do it in these 20-minute sections. It's about 12 to 15 minutes of Qigong. And then we talk about a concept or principle, a way in which you can integrate it into your life with some meditations and some mindfulness work too.
Amazing, amazing. You know, I believe any program that's going to extend your lifespan, and Qigong has already been scientifically proven to improve so many different aspects of health, you're basically buying back time.
Yeah. I mean, originally it was called the art that prevents disease and prolongs life. And for 20 minutes a day, I think that is a good investment.
Absolutely. Now, consider this, okay? The average American spends $5,000 a year on on doctor's bills. That's the average American. That's almost $400 a month. Now, science has really proven, and I shared that study from the National Institute of Health, that Qigong elevates multiple dimensions of your health, and as a bonus, improves your quality of life. This program, you're practically saving money enrolling in it, because pretty much when people practice Qigong, even after 1 month, they see significant, massively significant health improvements.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And here's the beauty of this medicine, let's call it, is that it feels good and it is healthcare, meaning you are investing in your vitality. And we all know that health is foundational to enjoying life. If we have a lot of money in the bank, but we don't have our health, it's not as rich. So health is your true treasure. And we don't even know how healthy we can get, because with Qigong practices, you get extremely healthy because you fill yourself up with life force energy. And this practice and this program, it's 4,000 years old. It's tried and true. People have done it over and over again. And Vishen, this is the medicine. When you did Qigong with a Qigong master, if you got sick, you stopped paying. And that's because you're focused on health. And they knew that if you did the practice, your health and your vibration resonated at a whole different frequency, and you maintain that level of health and you build upon it.
Absolutely. And I like what you said. This is healthcare. What we often actually call healthcare isn't healthcare, it's sick care. You get sick, you go to a doctor, you get prescribed drugs, you get often sometimes hooked on those drugs, you pay these exorbitant medical bills. But what we're talking about here is preventing illness in the first place. It's truly caring for your health, not getting hooked on popping pills, which is an epidemic in the United States.
That's dangerous because of the side effects. We've all seen the commercials. You take a pill for problem X and you come out with problems Y and Z. You get a lot more problems. In fact, hospitals are dangerous places. You go in for one problem and you come out with 3 or 4 more. I mean, we need it sometimes, but if we can prevent it, that is high-level medicine.
Yeah, and working with your body's natural qi does not have any known side effects.
You know what? The side effects are positive. The side effects are positive because when you work with qi, let's say you're doing Qigong for neck and shoulder pain. People often will say, I was doing that and my neck feels better, but now I sleep better. I have more energy. I'm in a better mood. So those are the positive side effects of healthcare, of holistic medicine, of doing Qigong practice.
So the next question is this, Lee. All right, so we've finished the 30-day program. Okay, so we've gone every day for 30 days doing 20 minutes of Qigong. Now that we are done with the program, what does our life look like? Are we still practicing for 20 minutes every day?
Yeah, you can still practice. You can repeat the practices that you've done. You can say, oh, I love that practice on sleep, or I love that integrated routine because I put it together. We integrate, just like you and I did, Vishen. We put it together. We remember. We go back to it because we go back to the things that feel good. And then, of course, there's more advanced practices. There's all kinds of other trainings that you could do with me. We could do teacher trainings. We could do all kinds of stuff. And that's what I love, because health and energy is not a destination. It's a quest. It's a journey. When you finish the program, you now have a toolkit. We call these inner resources. We don't always want just a hammer to put a screw into a wall. We want the right tools for the right circumstances to cultivate the right kind of energy in your life. Now, some people might have tight neck and shoulders. Some people might need a chi break in the middle of their day to give themselves that flash of vitality. Some people might need the energy to sleep better, and we go into the energy of sleep. And so there's all different things that life is asking from you, and we want the energy to be able to come to those circumstances with our best self. And that's why we designed this program this way, is so that we can give you all kinds of tools to live your best life. We all want to be healthy, happy, and fulfilled, but we need the tools and resources to be able to do that. And when you finish this, you now can open up the toolkit and say, what do I need today to lead my best day and to get me where I want to go?
I love this. You have this set of superpowers that you're now able to apply to manage the complexities of being human. Now, at that point, I'm guessing, Lee, you've finished 30 days of Qigong. And at that point, if you still want to practice for 20 minutes a day, you can, but you could also just do one of the quick minute-long exercises or 3-minute exercises, right? But at that point, after 30 days, you've already transformed your life.
Yeah. And now once you've created that transformation, then it's about maintenance. Then it's about, what do I need? This is Gong, right? Vishen, Qigong. Gong means skill. It also means expertise. And so you've developed an expertise, a skill set at working with energy. Now you can go into the tool chest and say, hey, I want to just use that one exercise. I need this today. Or you could go back to those routines, redo them. And what we've done is put integrated routines in there. You've already done it. Here at the end of the 10 days, it's an integrated routine. It's a wonderful 20-minute set that you can come back to over and over and over again that feels great.
Amazingly. Lee, thank you so much for answering our frequently asked questions. And folks, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed this masterclass. Don't forget to remember what you just experienced with feeling your own healing energy. Don't forget to apply that into your life. Scroll down below, become a Mindvalley member, and let's go deeper in exploring the incredible potential and power that you have within you. I'll see you in our Modern Qigong class starting soon. Take care. Bye. And thank you, Lee.
Thanks so much, Vishen.